Okay, let's take a look at this problem. The amount A that P dollars invested in annual rate of interest will grow to in 2 years is, and then they give you a formula here. A equals P times 1 plus R squared. And then they ask you at what rate of interest will $100 grow to $110.25 in 2 years. So let's see here. First thing is that P dollars invested. That's our principal. That's our principal amount. So the amount we're investing here is this $100, and it goes right here in the equation. Okay, next thing. The amount that it will grow to in 2 years. So let's see here. That's the amount is A. And that's this amount. That's the amount we have at the end. And then this formula is for 2 years, and our question asks in 2 years. So we don't have to make any conversion there. And then what are we solving for? We're solving for the rate of interest. Now, one thing that this problem doesn't tell you that's important is the rate you're going to get is not going to be the percentage rate. It's going to be the decimal equivalent of the percentage rate. And then you need to convert that to a percent to get the correct percentage rate. Okay, let's plug in some numbers now. So A, the amount we have at the end, that's $110.25 equals P, the principal amount, the amount we invest at the beginning. That's $100. And then we have 1 plus our variable R squared. Okay. Now at this point, we can take the square root of both sides. 100 is a perfect square. Or we could go ahead and divide by both sides by 100 so that we don't have to deal with that later. I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 100. And do it now. You could do it later and it would still work. And this problem says we can use a calculator, so let's go ahead and use the calculator. So we have $110.25 divided by 100, and that equals 1.1025. 1.1025, and that now equals 1 plus R squared. Okay, at this point, we are now going to take the square root of both sides, and as our variable is on this side, it's this side over here that's now plus or minus. Okay. So now we have, we get to use our calculator again. Let's pull out that calculator and find the square root. Okay, so we have plus or minus 1.05 equals 1 plus R. Okay, it is now time to break this into two equations. So one of them, we have 1.05, or 1 5/100 equals 1 plus R. And the other equation, negative 1.05 equals 1 plus R. Okay, so we're going to subtract 1 from both sides, giving us 0.05 equals R. And over on this side, we will also subtract 1 from both sides, giving us negative 2.05 equals R. Now, is a negative rate going to make any sense? No, we're not looking for an interest rate that's negative, so we're not going to use that one. We're going to come back over to this one, and now we have one more thing left to do. As I mentioned before, this is the decimal equivalent of the percentage rate. To find the actual percentage rate, we need to divide it by 100, because a percentage, we need to multiply it by 100. We need to find what number over 100 equals 0.05. To do that, we're going to multiply both sides by 100. And again, we can take our calculator. Let's take this 0.05 and we'll go times 100, and that gives us 5%. So our rate is 5%.